What is up, guys? Welcome to another MyNBA2k video. Rivals Clash. I hope everybody did well, at least as well as they possibly could. As you see, man, I had some struggles. Finished about 1,500 overall with the deck and the tier that I have. Man, I couldn't even play 5-point games, but we'll get into that in just a second. But we are going to look at all the cards I pulled on the draft board. We're going to check out pull rates, and we are going to look at the cards when they are all maxed out. So, if you enjoyed the video, man, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Be sure you subscribe if you're new. Turn on those notifications so you can catch all 2K videos. Anyway, let's get into checking out my deck real quick. Now, as you see, I am the first level of Icon, and the past 2 weeks we have been able to get these event cards in those flash gauntlets, which are great. I mean, I got the Blake Griffin Pro'd, and I got the Anthony Davis Pro'd. I got both of those, and those are my highest 2 cards. The problem with this is that both the LeBron James and the James Harden are also my 3rd and 4th best cards. And so when I played the 5-point games in the Icon tier, the entire squad that I played on the 5-point games was all event cards. Every single time, like 90% of the time, it was all event cards. And while I could win the one that is double points with 2 players, or I could win the single one, man, I couldn't win the games, man. It was so frustrating. And these event cards actually are not that good compared to all the other event cards. I mean, when you compare them to the Dennis Rodman or the Shaquille O'Neal or the T-Mac or the Allen Iverson, all of those other event cards, every time I played, man, their stats were so much better. They always have the Icon support cards, and I just couldn't do it. I could put LeBron James with one of my event cards and win the double point ones, the double point quarters. But then once I did that, I had to use my support card, and that left one event card for the last game for me to win. And just about every time, I mean, if it was rebounding or defense, they had Dennis Rodman. If it was offense or playmaking, they had Allen Iverson. I mean, it was just awful. So I had to play 3-point games the entire time. So that's why I finished so low. That's kind of why I I guess, slacked a little this week. Okay, well, enough rambling on about my issues. I do have a question for everybody here. While I was playing this, I started to think, you know, I look back at my cards, and I have never once, the entire year, pulled a card on the draft board that I won in one of these rewards. This week we had the Durant Superstar and the Icon Howard for rewards for the foils. And those rewards that you get with all these events, I have never once pulled one of those cards on the draft board. I'm curious out there, have any of y'all actually pulled one of the event cards or one of the reward cards that you needed to pro on the actual draft board? Because I never do, and I never have. But anyway, let's get into checking out the cards I pulled on the draft board. No, I did not go from last to first. This was literally the very first draft board I had. Pulled a Porzingis Icon card. Last Flash Gauntlet, I didn't pull any icons, any superstars. This week on the draft board was really weird. Very first game, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd game, but it was still the very first draft board, and pulled up Porzingis. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, absolutely awesome that I got an icon, so I didn't feel so bad about doing the 3-point games. But anyway, got the Porzingis icon, and then I pulled an epic card. This is this is what's really weird. I started off with an icon, and then pulled an epic, and then pulled a Shaquille O'Neal Superstar. I already have this card. This was actually the very first Superstar card I got from the draft board when I increased my deck to Superstar. So I'm able to pro Shaq. So 2 cards help my deck. And then right after that, I pulled a Kevin Durant Elite card. And then right after that, we got an epic Prime Andre Iguodala. So what does that mean, man? Let's do a little recap here. We got Icon, we got Epic, we got Superstar, we got Elite, we got Epic Prime, and then to complete it, we got a Star Carmelo Anthony foil card. So every single draft board pulled a different tier card, all the way from the lowest at Epic all the way up to Icon. That's crazy. Like, I've never seen that before in consecutive draft boards. Of course, there's the rare cards in between there, but any other card that's not a rare. I mean, cards above a rare, but Carmelo Anthony foil star card. Again, no use for it. I don't even have one, but still cool. I mean, still nice. And then the rest of them, got Otto Porter, and then we got another Porzingis elite card, and then I pulled another superstar card. I really need point guards, Tiny Archibald, but I don't have him, so really it's not going to do it any good unless I can pro him, honestly. And then an Epic Prime, Epic, an Elite. We got an Epic foil card. Another Crowder in a Utah Jazz. That's, again, I mean, I know they obviously put in new cards in here because in a second I got a card that I've never seen before either. And then we got another Epic, Oladipo. Look at this, Isaiah Thomas on the Lakers. I mean, it wasn't, a month ago at the trade deadline that, maybe that was 2 months ago, in February when he got traded to the Lakers. So they got new cards, got an Isaiah Thomas Epic Prime on the Lakers, which is cool. I mean, that's nice that they're putting stuff in like that. Then we got a Covington, and then we got a Grant Hill star card on the Pistons. Besides for the Carmelo Anthony, the foil card that I pulled, 3 out of the 4 star cards that I've pulled have been on the Pistons. Like, that, I don't know. That's just weird things that are going on the draft board. 3 out of the 4 were from the Pistons. Star cards. And then we got an Elite, Epic Prime, Jeremy Lin, and then finally the reward, Dwight Howard foil card. But anyway, that's all the cards I pulled. It wasn't too many. I did it, like I said, I played only 3-point games, and it was a bit of struggle for me. It was a bit of struggle to keep grinding because I was a little frustrated that I couldn't do the 5-point games because I wanted to stay in the icon tier. I could have dropped down, but I was hoping for another icon, and especially since I pulled one right in the beginning. But anyway, let's check out the pull rates. So I think this is probably the lowest amount of resets that I've had in a very, very long time. Only 78 total resets, 54 rares, 6 epic, 9 epic prime, 4 elites, 2 stars, 2 superstars, and 1 icon. For the foils, pulled 7 of those were rare, and then 2 were all the other ones. But these numbers have been really inconsistent when I've been in this icon. When I was at Superstar Plus, they pretty much, no matter what event it was, no matter what we did, the pull rates, the percentages were almost exactly the same. We started like the first event in the 60s, and then the last event we jumped up to like 80% or something for the rares, and now we're back down to 69% for the rare. 8% epic, 11% epic prime, 5 elite, 2.5 star, 2.5 superstar, 1% icon. And so, I mean, it was really weird on the draft board. We had every single tier pulled, without any duplicates, besides for, obviously all the rares, but all the way from epic to icon for the first 5 draft boards that were higher than rare. That's just crazy to me. Anyway, let me know how y'all did on the draft board, how y'all did in this event. I know that some people definitely did a lot. I'd say most people probably did better than I did. I definitely need to somehow get a pro icon. That's the only way that I'm going to be able to do the next Rivals Clash at icon level with the +5s is I need an icon pro. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do 3-point games again, and it just that ain't just going to happen. I mean, that's so frustrating. But anyway, just compare the percentages from this, a few days ago when we had that Flash Gauntlet. 83% rare for that one, 6% epic, 5% epic prime, 2% elite, 3% star, and then, like I said, 0 superstar, 0 icon. So, I mean, this week's pull rates were definitely better. I mean, they were definitely better. I pulled a superstar and an icon within the first 3 resets of it not being a rare. And so made kind of the rest of the weekend pretty awful. That was all on Friday, by the way. That was all Friday afternoon by the time I did that. And so the rest of the weekend was terrible. So let's look at these cards when they're all maxed out. The Porzingis, he's an icon. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's a good card or a bad card. I mean, it's the lowest icon, but I only have 10 of them. So it's really hard to compare actually how well he is. Obviously, the historic cards are all going to be better. But it seems like there's about half and half, like half icon, half regular, or half current, half historic. But that's what he looks like when he's all maxed out. We got another red focus type, which is usually on posterizer. But this is two-way player, offense and defense. So I like that. I just don't like that it's red. As you see, he is the lowest. The only other current player that I have right now, we got the Paul George. And then we got the Carmelo Anthony, but the Carmelo Anthony's from the Nuggets, so that doesn't really count. And then we have, let's look at the Shaq. This is the Shaq when it's all pro'd. So, like I said, it helped my deck a lot. I do not have the supercharged keys. I have 46 of them, but I was kind of saving them until I got to the max level and then used them just in case for some reason I got an icon card that I could pro. But I'm leaving it like this until, I save up a little more keys. But that's what he looks like. He was the best regular superstar card that I had. So generational talent, 55 to all stats. So that's awesome once you get it to 100%. I mean, it's a pretty good card for being a regular card. Comparing him to, the Glenn Rice, who is level 36. I mean, he's quite a bit better than even Glenn Rice at level 36. So he's my next one. And then we got the last reward, which is the Dwight Howard, tenacious rebounder, defense and rebounding. I really needed a card like this. I mean, I think this is one of my very few defensive and rebounding type of players that's really heavily concentrated, like a Dennis Rodman. So that's cool. I mean, I definitely like this card. I definitely love him on the Magic. The card art looks great. I mean, when Dwight Howard was younger, he was an absolute monster. He's still good. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still good. Just aging up there a bit. But that's pretty much all my cards that I got from the draft board. We are going to just to show you where I'm sitting at right now. I mean, look at my 25 card deck. I've been saying it for like the last 3 weeks. I need some point guards. Like, I seriously need some point guards so bad. We almost got that whole last level knocked out to where we're going to be in the mid 4,000s and up, like a regular icon card and up. But, man, those point guards are killing me. I was praying all weekend for that. I wanted that Iverson foil right there so I could pro that up. But no luck, of course. I wish I could get it. And I got it on a draft board, so maybe no, I got it in a Paragon pack. That's right. I got the Iverson in a Paragon pack, so I don't even know about getting them on the draft board. But anyway, that's what my 25 card deck looks like. Next week we have that new event again for the second time, so it'll be the first, be getting into that again. So hopefully that'll go well. But hope you enjoyed. Like I said, let me know in the comments how y'all did. I'm sure that this video probably ran a little bit longer than I anticipated, but hope everybody had a great weekend. Pulled some good cards, man. Tell me below how y'all did. I want to hear it. And tell me if y'all have ever pulled a reward card on the draft board so you could pro it up. I mean, I'm definitely curious about that. But I'll check y'all later. I am out. Peace.